When you look at a house in diorama, what's the first thing you notice? For me, it's the door. I didn't realize that at first, but after looking at so many amazing dioramas, I started to notice something. The house that really stood out all had one thing in common. The doors had character. After getting comfortable with simple door designs, I want to build more detailed ones. But I kept running into the same problem. Whenever I found a house I wanted to recreate, I jump straight into building it, then I get stuck on the door. Sometimes it was the wrong size, sometimes it didn't match the style, sometimes it just looked too plain. No matter what the reason was, I always end up spending far more time than I expected. So once I figure out the style of dioramas I want to build, I decide to make a whole collection of doors in advance. I made them in different styles and kept them ready to use whenever I need one. Here's how I make them. First, I collect reference photos. I look for doors that match the style I usually build or ideas I want to try in future projects. Next comes the planning. I measure everything carefully and draw the design on paper. Even the wire of each wooden board is planned before I start. I also use model cards and figures to double check the scale. Next, I cut a simple frame from PVC foam board and mark all the important reference lines. Now, let's build one. I start with a thin sheet of wood or PVC foam board as the base. Then I glue on the wooden boards to create the design. After that, I add the trim, the hinges, and the door handle. Some doors also had a few fake rivets or extra detail. Once it's finished, I simply remove it from the frame. Now I can make lots of different doors, all with consistent size. So every time I start a new diorama, I don't have to measure and draw everything again. I also end up with plenty of spare doors for testing different paint colors. Then, when I build a house, I just cut the wall opening to match the door. Of course, you can save a lot of time by using 3D printer or laser cutter. But for me, making these tiny details by hand is one of the most enjoyable parts of the hobby. It takes a little longer, but whenever I start a new project, I already have a collection of doors that are ready to use and exactly the way I want them. See you in the next video.